I gather you're not surprised that President Trump is complimentary of NATO, because I really don't think he's never not been, other than they need to pay more.
Right, and he's gotten them to pay more, which is a huge accomplishment and long overdue. This is something where the U.S. has shouldered the burden for so long, and a lot of these countries are more than able to step up in a more significant way, and it's encouraging to see that they are, and it wouldn't have happened without President Trump's leadership.
So, Leader Thune, let's start with the American strikes on Iran on Friday and Saturday morning and their aftermath and the ceasefire. How do you assess President Trump's leadership here, and how do you assess the damage that we know has been done to Iran?
Well, I think there's no doubt that Iran's nuclear program was severely set back as a result of they were very precise, and I'd have to say incredibly impressive strikes, the way it was executed. And as General Kane briefed yesterday, the final damage assessment will obviously take some time, but I expect that we'll get an interim update. We've got an all-senators briefing tomorrow that Secretary Rubio and Secretary Hegseth are going to be at and there to answer questions. But, I think you have to give the president incredible credit. I made this comment yesterday, but I was a senior in high school in 1979 when the Shah was overthrown, and the Carter administration's many mishaps were not unlike what we saw with Biden the last 4 years in terms of dealing with folks on the global stage. And the president did something that was just historic. And there's nothing, I was voted for Ronald Reagan my first presidential election in 1980 in many respects because I saw that peace through strength in him. And the country was desperately looking for that at the time. Country was desperately looking for that this time around, and I think that's why people across this country voted for President Trump.
And I think the action will speak for itself. I'm not worried about the leaks from the Pentagon, though it's an irritant, Leader Thune. What do we do about people who don't take seriously their oath?
Yeah, I think that when you've got something like this and you've got service members in harm's way and potential for loss of life, American lives, you can't tolerate that sort of thing. It is absolutely inexcusable, and I think that people like that have to be held accountable.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.